Hi everyone, thanks for stopping in today. Today's video is going to be the start of a hat with this yarn that I got from Joann's on clearance. This is in the color Denim Mist, and I just thought I'd take you along with me so you could see something Mia made from start to finish. Alright, I'll be back in a moment when we get this started. I like to pull my yarn from the center of the skein. It just makes it a little bit easier than trying to constantly have the skein all around on you there. So I am looking for the lead yarn, and that is not it. Sometimes you actually have to kind of go in and pull the center out. Sometimes it's right there and it's really easy to do, and other times you gotta go searching for it. This is one of those times. Alright, and we have found our beginning, if you will. And I just like to do my little loop. I know there are folks out there that like to use the magic circle. For some reason, I cannot get the magic circle to work, or if I do, it doesn't work properly. It's me. It's just me. So I prefer to do the little loop on the end. And I don't know if it's just me or if anyone else out there does this with hats, but I like to start with the top and work myself down to the rim. I have been watching other crocheters on YouTube, and they actually start with the brim and work their way up to the top. This is just how I've always made my hats. I had never seen a tutorial, or I hate directions. I hate using patterns. I've never used a pattern for a hat. I've never used a pattern for anything, now that I'm thinking about it. It's kind of one of those things where I'm just like, this seems to be the most logical way to do it. And so I've just always done them that way. It's just something I've done since the start of making hats. But I am going to someday start it from the brim and work my way up and just see if it's easier or what the deal is. Anyway, this is how I make my hats. I start from the top down, and I make a chain of 2 to 3 depending on the thickness of the yarn. And excuse my nails, it's my Halloween nails, and it's been 3 days of work, so we know how that works. In this case, I'm just going to do the 2, maybe. So in this one, I am going to do the 3 because it is a thicker yarn. And then I like to go back through my first loop and just pull through. The tail I like to just leave because I will eventually just cover him by working around and into. And so then I kind of like to start, I just have different variations. I never make the same hat twice. They are all different. Every single one of my hats are unique in the sense that I do not have a set pattern. I just kind of do what comes to mind. So in this case, I am doing a half double crochet. And if you'd like tutorials on what it is I'm doing or what it means, I can do that as well. But for purposes of making this hat, I'm just going to go ahead and do what I do. And so I am doing half double crochets, and I am just going into the center of the beginning loop. As you can see, I've got my little tail, and I just keep folding him around so that he gets covered up by my double crochets. I am going to just keep doing this till I've got a good start going on here. Whoops. And I don't have a rhyme or reason or a number. I just kind of keep going till I have created the full circle. And as you can see, our round is coming along nicely. And I think I'm going to do one more just to fill her out here. All right, and as you can see, we have our round, our beginnings, and as you can see, I have the tail incorporated into the hat itself. I didn't need to trim it. There's a little piece hanging off right here. He will eventually get put into another stitch, and when I'm done, if he's still there or if there are any flyaways, they'll get trimmed off. I think I'm going to do one more just to fill out this circle. There we go. Then what I'm going to do, and it just depends on the pattern I want. If I want to continue with a spiral, I will just go right into the next row and start my stitches. If I want to complete a row and start a brand new one, I will just bring a slip stitch in. And then that completes our first round. Now, what I do just depends on how I feel and what I want the next row to look like. In this case, I think we're going to do another row of half double crochets, and I am going to probably double up every other one of them right now. And that also, when you double up, that helps your round to grow so that you can continue your circle outer and outer and outer until you get the width of the hat that you want. Okay, that was a single double crochet. This was 2 double crochets in the same loop. So now our next one will be a single double crochet. And then the next one, we are going to do 2 double crochets. That is the one where her little piece of tail was hanging off there. And he is going to get caught up in these stitches, we will hope. And we did 2 double crochets in that one. So this will be a single double crochet. 2 double crochets. Whoa, hello. 2 double crochets in the next stitch. And I'm using a bamboo crochet hook. This is in the size 5.5 millimeters. I just thought this would be a good fit with this, what's the weight of yarn? Thank you. I am not a very technical person, so I kind of use the simplistic explanations for everything. I am more the creator, and I know I should learn worst of yarns, size of needles, etc., so that I can be more informed as to what I'm doing. But I kind of like to just go with what looks like it's going to work and what feels like it's going to work. Alrighty, and we have completed our second row. So we are going to go into the next one to bring the 2 together and do a slip stitch. Okay, and now, ba-doo, I think we are going to do a double crochet, an actual double crochet, not a half. And so what I'm going to do is chain 2 so that that counts as a first double crochet. Here we are going to do 2 in each stitch. Okay, and we're going to take this one as our first stitch, and now that one has 2 double crochets in it. Next one. And a double crochet, the difference between a double crochet and a half is you see me take my loop, go on in and grab the third, and rather than going through all three, I'm going to go through 2 and 2. And we are going to do that now, 2 double crochets in each stitch until we get back around to the other side. Again, by doing the 2 in 1 stitch, we are not only filling it out, but we are making our round grow by that many stitches, which will, 1, allow us to work with a flat surface until we get the dimension of the hat that we want, the circumference. And then we will then decrease, is what I do, to bring ourselves down and into the brim to make it fit snugly around the face. And like I said, if you've made hats this way by starting from the top and center of the hat down to the brim, just let me know, because after watching several YouTube videos, I just like watching them, and I learn new stitches that way. I have seen so many people starting from the brim up, and I have not yet seen anyone do it the way that I do. So I don't know if I'm just odd or if I've found a way to do it naturally that just came, I should say, just came naturally to me. It just seemed, like I said, when I was learning and decided I wanted to make my first hat, it just seemed like the most logical way to do it. Never thought to start at the brim first. So just leave a comment below if I'm an oddball, and please keep it to crochet. We already know I'm an oddball in every other way, but just let me know if I'm the odd man out or if you do this as well. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to continue to do it the way that I do it because it's the way that makes sense to me. But it would just be interesting to see if there's anybody else out there that does it the same way. Alrighty, and we are back to the beginning. I am going to do my last double crochet, and then I am going to connect myself to the top of the chain from the first one with a slip stitch, and that again completes our round. Alright everyone, I'm just going to kind of continue this, and the nice thing with my hats is they can be reversible. There is no inside, there is no outside. You can reverse it, you can wear it either way, every way, whatever way works for you. So I am going to continue to work this up a little bit, and we'll be back in just a little while. Alrighty, and I've gone ahead and worked it up a little bit more. We did our double crochet, a half double crochet. We did a double crochet, then I did a single crochet, and then I've done a double crochet again, and again I alternated with 1 in one, 2 in the other. I did the same thing here, so you can see we're building up quite a bit, and we've got a lot of give and motion here. So from here on out, for a couple of rows, I am just going to do 1 in each stitch till we get it worked up to where we need to add more. Okay, I think for the next row, we've already joined our row here. We are going to do another single crochet in each one, and I apologize for the sirens. Oh my word. Every single time I go to film, it's either traffic out front, noisy neighbors, or sirens. We do live off of a busy street, so, and there's a hospital down the road, so we get a lot of that. Alrighty, so what I'm doing right now, I'm going through, and in each stitch I am putting a single crochet in there. And we are only doing one since it looks like we've got enough fullness for a little bit. I am loving this yarn. I have never used this yarn before, but I'm really, really liking the variegated color, especially the blue, and I'm liking the way that it works up. It's got a very, very cool pattern to it. I'm really liking this. What is this? This is, oh, Vanna's Choice. Vanna White, Vanna's Choice Lion Brand. And it is 100% acrylic. And it's considered a medium worsted yarn. This is 3 ounces, 145 yards. I am loving it, and I think this was just a one-off. I think this was the only one they had of this one, if I'm not mistaken. Which is a shame, because I'm really, really loving the way that it's working. Alright, and I've been working this up so far. I am alternating between a single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet. I am going to keep working this up for us, and I will come back to you when it's time to work on the rim so that you can see my method for doing that. Alright everyone, we'll see you in a little bit. We are almost done with this hat. I carried on with the double crochet, the single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double, single, double, single, double, single, and we are now at our brim. So we are going to continue around with the single crochet all the way around, and I have started to decrease my stitches so that this is going to come in and fit smaller on our head. Like I said, we are just going to continue around with the single crochet, and we are going to skip stitches every now and then to decrease so that we can get it tighter around the rim of the hat. And the method I use is I have a gill head here, if you will, and I just occasionally will put it on there to make sure that it is tightening up and that it is something that will stay on the head and not be sliding off. So we are just going to continue with our single crochet all the way around, decreasing stitches as we go. Just about done with this hat. This was just a very simple design to just kind of determine size, as I have my little dummy head here, if you will. And every now and then I will just take the hat, put it on our little lady, and see how we're doing. I like to have a snug fit around the face, ears, and the back of the neck. So that is where we are at right now. Okay, the hat is basically done. I could call this done if I wanted to, but I only have this much yarn left, so I'm debating whether to just keep on going and make this a slouchy hat, because of course the band will be more on here and you'll have more hat back there to be considered a slouchy hat. So I think at this point we're going to keep going with our single crochet. We'll decrease it by a few more stitches just so that it stays snug on the head, and we'll be back in just a moment to show you our finished product. Alrighty, and this is our finished product. See if I can figure out some way to show this to you a little bit easier. There we go. And so I did one last round, and I did that in a double half crochet just to kind of give it some oomph around the head there. And left plenty of room if we want to stick our hair inside. And there is a better view of our finished product. All right, that was awesome. And there is a better view of our backside. All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for hanging out. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for stopping in. I hope you enjoyed this video. That was a hat from start to finish. And we will see you all in the next video. Oh, I guess maybe I should, oh gosh, there we go. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for stopping in. You take care. Have a great day, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.